family, today we're watching the very sad story of a brand new Sprunki character called Tele the telephone. This story is so sad that I'm not the only one who's sad, because even my microphone is sad too. 'Cause he used to be big and strong and bulky, and now he's so sad that he's shriveled up like a raisin. He went from big boy to baby boy. So I think we should blame the INCREDIBOX Sprunkies. Smash like on today's video so we don't get in trouble and our brother and sister, the INCREDIBOX Sprunkies, get in trouble instead. I promise, Mom, it wasn't me.
Tele was not always in the world of Sprunki.
Wow, family! Did you see that new character? He's so cute.
Origin story.
Wait, his sad origin story? Excuse me, Mr. Ring Ring Telephone Man. How are you supposed to be sad when your whole body has a built-in iPhone? Your head is literally a telephone. So that means you can play mobile games whenever you want. I'm jealous.
This is how he transformed from a man to a telephone.
I think you mean flip phone to an iPhone.
And how he transformed into the world of Sprunki. It all started with a simple man named James.
Who's James?
James was a man of simple pleasures, yet his soul harbored an insatiable curiosity. A shock of fiery red hair crowned his head, mirroring the intensity of his passion for collecting the forgotten relics of history.
Can someone explain to me what the word relic is? I mean, I ain't no scientist, I ain't no history buff. I'm actually not buff at all. But I'm gonna guess the word relic does not have anything to do with the word relish. It actually has to do with all of the 1,000 little knickknacks he has all over his desk in his bedroom. I'm not gonna call him a hoarder. I am just saying.
His home was a chaotic museum of sorts, filled with artifacts that whispered secrets.
Secrets?
A chipped
I love
Roman
secrets!
vase, an ornate Persian mirror, and even a cracked gramophone.
Okay, first we're saying relics, now we're saying gamma gramophone. Somebody please throw me a dictionary. But wait, you know who has a dictionary? Tele the telephone, who has the World Wide Web of an internet built into his head. Ow, 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 ow. Chili Nuggy available now at shopalexia.com. Get him before he sells out for a third time forever.
But it wasn't just a hobby. For James, antiques were his sanctuary, a connection to lives lived before his own. One crisp autumn day, James found himself wandering aimlessly through the unfamiliar back streets of his town.
Ooh.
He was lost, though he didn't mind. His eyes landed on a store he had never seen before. Its sign, weathered by time, hung precariously. Curiosity won over, and he pushed open the creaking door.
Yeah, because let's just go into strangers' houses. That's fun and not dangerous at all.
A faint chime announced his arrival. The interior was unlike anything he'd ever encountered.
Oh, this is a store.
The dim light filtered through dusty chandeliers, casting distorted shadows across shelves.
A store that apparently nobody's ever been to before. Because like the narrator said, there is dust everywhere. I could taste it.
An unsettling silence hung in the air, broken only by the distant ticking of a clock.
Ooh.
James felt as though he had stepped into another realm. Wandering the aisles, he ran his fingers across old globes, tarnished silverware, and ancient books.
Whoa.
Something caught his eye.
Better not be a bumblebee, because that wouldn't be good. Stung by the needle of a bumblebee's butt in your eyeball? No, thank you.
A peculiar red antique landline telephone.
There it is!
Perched
The red telephone!
bathed in an eerie glow.
Eerie
It was
glow? What
unlike
does
any
this
telephone
mean?
he had ever seen. Its surface smooth as polished ruby, with an intricately carved receiver. The rotary dial shimmered faintly, as if imbued with a life of its own.
As if immune of a life with no iPhones. Seriously, I don't know how people live without them.
He was about to take it when he heard a voice behind him. James jumped, spinning around to face an elderly shopkeeper.
Hi, James. Oh, wait, that's not James. James is the guy.
The man's eyes gleamed with an unsettling intensity, and
That's the
his crooked
shopkeeper.
smile revealed more than it hid. But remember, young man, every treasure has its story, the shopkeeper said as he handed over the telephone.
Wait, for free? Okay, old or not, dusty or clean, if I am getting a free red telephone from a man who, by the way, looks very creepy, I would say thank you, sir. But I would not say that with my mouth. I would say it after I called him on the phone from my brand new red telephone I just got for free.
That night, as the autumn wind howled outside his window, James placed the telephone on his bedside table.
It's so
It seemed
shiny.
to pulse faintly in the dim light, but James shook off the sensation.
Family, comment down below, what is more red? The shiny red telephone or James's red hair?
As exhaustion overtook him, he drifted into a dreamless sleep.
Oh, family, by the way, Tele the telephone is not the only sad origin story we're going to be watching today. We are also looking at another very sad origin story of a different messed up Sprunky character. Or maybe even two. And their names are Mr. Fun Computer and Sky Blue. Watch to the end of today's video for their secrets.
At the stroke of midnight, a shrill, jarring ring shattered the silence. James bolted upright, heart pounding. His gaze darted to the telephone, which now seemed to glow with a sinister light. The antique phone was not connected to any line. He hesitated before picking up the receiver. The coldness of the metal sent a shiver up his spine.
Do not pick up that telephone. This is how horror stories start.
Instead, a deafening burst of static filled his ears.
Oh no!
A blinding light that engulfed the room.
The phone is not even hooked up to the wall. How is it ringing?
James was gone. In his place,
Oh!
a red telephone, its rotary dial spinning slowly, as if mocking the silence. James's consciousness remained intact, but he was no longer human. Panic coursed through his mind as he realized he could no longer move, speak, or breathe. His very existence was confined to the cold, lifeless form of the telephone.
A ring, a ring, a ring. It's your life calling and they have something to say. Oh, I'm turning into a red telephone today for the rest of my life. Hang up, block, delete. It must have just been a scam caller, right? Right?
Time became meaningless, each second stretching into eternity. Desperation clawed at him. He needed answers, needed to reverse this nightmare. He was trapped in silence, a relic of despair. Determined to find a way back to his human form, James began a journey unlike any other. He managed to nudge himself off the table, his rigid form tumbling to the floor. Days turned into weeks as he painstakingly traveled across the city. People who found him discarded him as junk, unaware of the soul trapped within. His once fiery spirit began to dim. It was at that moment when he heard a faint melody.
This is so
It
sad.
was haunting and beautiful. It was coming from an antique store unlike any he had seen before.
Wait, is that the same antique store that gave us the free red telephone that just ruined our
As
lives?
James approached, the melody grew louder,
Oh my gosh.
resonating within him, and a vortex of colors and sounds enveloped him.
Oh.
When the chaos subsided, James found himself in a surreal world
Whoa.
where music and reality were
Wait, it's so beautiful.
strange beings moved in rhythmic harmony.
It's Lily Microwave. Hey, girl.
Melodies. Here he was no longer alone. The world welcomed him. He was forever in the world of Sprunki.
Okay, I get it now. If a haunted, cursed red telephone completely ruins your life, then we don't have to fix it. We don't have to find a way to turn back into our regular selves. That is just doing too too much. All we have to do if we want to put a band-aid on our problem is go find other freaks who look like us. Oh, wait a sec. Did I say freaks? I meant INCREDIBOX SPRUNKIs. I still kind of think are monsters.
Mr. Fun Computer was not always in the world.
The sad origin story of Mr. Fun Computer. Family, this is story number 2 out of 3. I'm excited.
For Mr. Fun Computer, his life was not always fun.
Oh, why does he look so sad?
Quite the journey.
Dude, we are 2 seconds into this story and you already have a frown on your face? I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but you're kind of being a downer. I prefer more sparkly, glittery energy instead.
It all started with a boy named Timmy.
Oh, I like that name.
Timmy was an imaginative young boy
Timmy?
who saved every penny of his allowance to buy his first computer.
Every penny of his allowance and he still only has $3. Thanks, Mom! You make me feel like a slave.
It was a bulky old-school monitor. To Timmy, it was perfect.
Oh.
And he called it Mr. Fun Computer. Every day after school, Timmy would rush home to spend hours playing games.
What kind of games?
Drawing pictures and exploring the little wonders of the digital world with his beloved computer.
Timmy? Jimmy? Sorry, I already forgot your name. How you supposed to be playing all of these games when your computer screen is black? Family, I don't know. Between you and me, I think something's off with this Jimmy, Timmy, Bimmy guy. And I am going to get to the bottom of it. And when I say bottom of that computer, I mean deleting all of his hardware and maybe installing a little virus or 2.
One evening, while immersed in fun, a strange program began to download on its own.
Uh-oh.
Timmy's heart raced. Was it a virus? He tried to cancel it, but the program refused to stop.
Oh gosh, AI is
Suddenly,
taking
the
over.
screen flickered, and the green smiley face glowed brighter.
Oh.
The boy gasped in disbelief, but his initial fear quickly turned to joy. His computer had come alive.
Now
They
the
spent
computer
every
screen
day
turns on.
together, laughing, playing games, and sharing secrets. Timmy hid Mr. Fun Computer from everyone, knowing no one would believe him. He couldn't wait to come home from school, to be with his new best friend. When Mr. Fun Computer came alive, Timmy's world transformed into something magical. He quickly realized this was no ordinary computer. This was a friend who could think, respond, and even laugh with him in its own unique way. Timmy spent every spare moment by its side, exploring the endless possibilities this new partnership offered. They began creating together. Timmy, filled with childlike curiosity, would come up with wild ideas, and Mr. Fun Computer would turn them into reality.
I don't like the look Mr. Fun Computer is giving us. His smile might say happy, but his eyeballs, they're giving sus.
Timmy discovered that Mr. Fun Computer could create music, combining odd beats and sounds into melodies that filled the room with joy. Timmy often danced around his small bedroom, the glowing green face on the monitor flickering with a rhythm that matched the tunes.
Whoa.
But their happiness didn't last.
Of course it doesn't. Why would anyone continue to be happy? That's a crime.
Control Corps somehow discovered the existence of Mr. Fun Computer. Realizing he was the most intelligent machine in the world, they set their sights on capturing him to use his advanced abilities for their own sinister plans to dominate the world.
World
Under the
domination?
cover of darkness, agents from the Control Corps stormed Timmy's house. Despite Timmy's desperate attempts to protect his friend, they took Mr. Fun Computer, leaving Timmy heartbroken. Mr. Fun Computer faced a grim reality. The once vibrant and cheerful machine was confined in a sterile, lifeless laboratory at the Control Corps' secret headquarters.
How did they steal
Scientists
him?
probed and dissected his
That is not fair.
running endless experiments to extract his advanced intelligence. Each day was a barrage of questions.
Barrage. Okay, we are back to the words that Alexia does not understand. Barrage, garage, pajamas. Those are a little bit more my speed. And anything else outside of those walls, Alexia does not understand. Kelly the telephone, please give me my dictionary back, aka your whole head.
Forceful reprogramming attempts and invasive tests that drained his energy.
Reprogramming?
Despite the harsh conditions, Mr. Fun Computer resisted their demands, holding on to the memories of his time with Timmy. He missed Timmy deeply. He silently endured the torment, his glowing green face dimmed with sadness, longing for freedom and the joy he once knew. Night after night, amidst the cold hum of machinery, Mr. Fun Computer devised a plan to escape. When the opportunity arose, he used his intelligence to override the facility's security systems, slipping away into the dark streets. Though free, he was left battered, lonely, and deeply marked by the pain of his captivity.
Deeply marked? Computers can't have scars? It's called delete all browsing history. All fixed.
Now free but alone, Mr. Fun Computer wandered the streets, hiding from every flashing siren and suspicious passerby. On the streets, Mr. Fun Computer wandered aimlessly, a shadow of his former self. He hid in dark alleys, avoiding any signs of humans or the flashing lights of passing vehicles, fearful of being captured again. Rain seeped into his circuits, making his once bright green face flicker weakly. Snow and frost clung to his metal frame, and he often found himself powerless, unable to even emit a faint glow. The harsh weather and lack of maintenance left him worn and battered, his once pristine casing now scratched and dented. Loneliness gnawed at him. Without Timmy, without purpose, the days...
Actually, in computer terms, that's called glitch.
He found fleeting comfort in watching the world around him. The lights of bustling cafes, the joy of children playing, the warm glow of homes he could never enter. These sights reminded him of the bond he once had, but they also deepened his sorrow. He longed to feel useful again, to create, to share laughter, and to be part of something meaningful.
Wait, what? That's where the story ends? Excuse me, Mr. Fun Computer. Your name is supposed to be Mr. Fun? Why the chicken nuggy are we ending the story at something depressing? I feel like I've just been scammed. By your name, by your smiling face when the story is not even happy, and most importantly, by Jimmy or Timmy or whatever his name is. Because this whole time I thought he was playing Angry Birds or Among Us, when in reality, he was just programming a mean computer that was trying to eat us. Because seriously, family, have you seen Mr. Fun Computer eat once in today's video? I don't think so. And yes, computers get hungry too.
Sky was not always in the world of Sprunki.
Story number 3, Sky Blue's sad origin story.
Origin story.
She's so cute.
Sky's journey was a magical one. A story like no other. Filled with dreams, hardships,
Was that a wolf?
and love. This is how it all started. In a cozy, quiet village, nestled between rolling hills and endless forests.
Beautiful.
There lived a 14-year-old boy named Sky.
Hi, Sky.
He was no ordinary boy.
And what made you think that? The fact that his head looks like a giant blueberry? Insane.
His hair was a unique frozen turquoise color.
Frozen
A rare
turquoise.
gift
Sorry,
since
not
birth that made him
blueberry.
Special. He had a kind heart and gentle spirit. However, he had no friends, and kids laughed at him for his hair color.
Oh, that's not nice.
Sky's father was a skilled stuffed animal maker, crafting the most beautiful and lifelike toys.
Oh my gosh, that's my dream.
He was a good-hearted man who often donated their creations to the poor spreading joy wherever they could.
Wait, do we think that he's made a baby Nuggy plushie before? Or chili Nuggy, saucy Nuggy, all available at shopalexia.com? Maybe.
Sky was named by his father, who said his hair reminded him of the vast, endless sky. The boy loved watching his father work, marveling at how scraps of fabric and thread could transform into something so magical. One day, Sky's father decided to create a special stuffed animal just for him. A gift for his
special.
upcoming birthday. A friend to make life better.
Finley, it's
And
my birthday
happier
soon
for
too. And if any of you know my exact birthday, comment it down below and I will heart your comment.
For Sky, he worked tirelessly, pouring all his love and skill into the creation.
It's a blue teddy
On
bear.
Sky's birthday, his father presented him
Happy
with the
birthday,
most
Sky.
extraordinary stuffed bear. It had the same frozen turquoise color as Sky's hair, and its eyes seemed to sparkle with life.
It's so
Sky was
precious.
instantly in love. The bear felt like a part of him, a friend who truly understood him.
Except he only understands you because he's a teddy bear and he can't talk.
Then what am I?
You're right, baby Nuggy, you're right. I take that back. Stuffed animals clearly can talk, even though sometimes we don't want them to.
Friend who truly understood him. He named it Sky Jr.
Ooh.
after himself and took it everywhere, never letting it out of his sight. Sky and Sky Jr. shared countless happy moments together. Their bond was inseparable, a friendship that brought light and laughter to every day. Every morning, Sky would wake up and greet Sky Jr. with a smile. The
Aww.
stuffed bear sat proudly on his bed, its turquoise fur matching Sky's hair perfectly.
Teddy bear is almost as
Sky
big as
would
him.
tell Sky Jr. about his dreams from the night before, as if the bear could understand every word. "You're my best friend," Sky would say, hugging the bear tightly before starting his day.
Aww.
One evening, Sky decided to take Sky Jr. on a night trip under the stars. He built a small campfire, the flames flickering softly as he gazed at the sky. But suddenly, the weather turned. Dark clouds rolled in, and a fierce storm erupted. Before Sky could react, a blinding bolt of lightning struck the ground near him. In that moment, something magical
Oh,
and tragic happened.
tragic.
Sky
What?
and Sky Jr. became one.
Oh,
The boy's life was somehow absorbed into the stuffed bear.
wait,
trapping
you're
him.
kidding.
Inside, Sky's world turned upside down. One
No.
night, he was a boy sitting by the campfire with Sky Jr., and the next, he was trapped inside the stuffed bear, his body gone, his voice silenced.
What?
At first, he didn't understand what had happened. He tried to move, to call out, but all he could feel was the soft, plush fabric of Sky Jr.'s body. Panic set in as he realized he was no longer himself. He was now part of the bear. The storm raged on.
Oh my gosh, the storm raged on. Well, so did the rage in my head. Because when is somebody going to turn me back from a bear? I don't want to have hair on my hands. Oh wait, I already do as a human.
The storm raged on, the rain pouring down in icy sheets. Sky stumbled through the forest, his new form clumsy and unfamiliar. The once cozy woods now felt vast and menacing. The trees loomed overhead, their branches clawing at the sky like skeletal hands. The wind howled, carrying with it whispers that sent shivers down Sky's spine. He felt utterly alone, even though Sky Jr. was now a part of him. Where am I? What's happening? Sky thought, his mind racing. He tried to remember the way home, but the forest seemed to stretch endlessly, in every direction. The rain soaked through his fur, making him heavy and cold.
Oh no!
He longed for the warmth of his father's workshop, the sound of his mother's voice, the comfort of his own bed. But all he had now was the eerie silence of the forest and the distant rumble of thunder. As night fell,
Wait, what about
the
his
forest
dad?
grew darker and more terrifying.
Wouldn't he be looking for him?
Shadows danced in the corners of his vision, and every rustle of leaves sounded like a predator
Oh, no.
stalking him.
Predators!
Sky's heart pounded as he imagined unseen eyes watching him from the darkness. He clutched himself tightly, trying to hold on to the last remnants of his courage. "I just want to go home," he whispered to himself, his voice trembling. But there was no one to hear him.
No.
No one to comfort him. The loneliness was crushing, a weight that pressed down on him with every step.
And you know what else is gonna press down on you very soon if you don't run away? That wolf's teeth around your neck. I suggest you run, bro.
He missed his family, his village, and the life he had known. He even missed the simple joy of holding Sky Jr. in his arms rather than being trapped inside the bear. The
So
rain
sad.
turned to snow, the cold biting into him like knives. Sky's movements grew slower, his body numb. From the freezing temperatures, he felt like giving up, like curling up under a tree, waiting for anyone to save him. But something inside him, a spark of hope, perhaps kept him moving forward.
He's
Finally,
crying.
after what felt like an eternity, Sky saw a faint light in the distance. It was a small, whimsical cottage.
What?
Its windows glowing with warmth.
Somebody lives in
sound
the
of
forest?
music drifted through the air. A soft, haunting melody that called to him.
Whoa.
Desperate for shelter and comfort, Sky stumbled toward the cottage.
Should
his
we go
heart
inside?
pounding with a mix of
Oh
fear
gosh,
and
we
hope.
already are.
As he stepped inside,
This might be a bad idea.
music wrapped around him like a blanket, soothing his frayed nerves. For the first time since the storm, he felt a glimmer of peace.
He felt a glimmer of peace. What, because he found a room that he could hide himself in? All right, family, I guess the moral of today's story is it doesn't matter what you turn into or how creepy you may become. As long as you have a cottage, a house, or even a prison to hide yourself in, it doesn't matter. If you liked today's video, smash like and smash subscribe. Go get Chili Nuggy, Saucy Nuggy, and Baby Nuggy at shopalexia.com. Me and all the Nuggy Land characters love you so much, and we'll see you all in tomorrow's video.